Welcome back to another mobility video with me. This week, since gardening season is in full effect, we're going to be focusing in on the wrists and your ankles. So the movements that I have set up for you are going to be a wrist stretch, open, close, flex, extend, combat base, plantar stretch, no pun intended, and up, down, and in and out, okay? So let's hop right into it. The wrist stretch, you're going to be on your hands and knees. This is one variation. I'll show you a separate one here in a second. You're going to be on your hands and knees. Arms are going to be locked out, and you're going to have your fingers spread out as much as you can. From here, I want you to lean forward, okay? Now, if that position is causing too much pain, what you can do, and you can stay either seated like this or standing up, doesn't really matter. You're going to take your hand, straighten out your elbow as much as you can, grab your fingers and pull back, okay? So arm out, grab those fingers and pull back, okay? Now, the downside is for this video, I'm going to be doing both hands at the exact same time. So what I'll have you do is when we do it the first time, do it on one hand. When we do it the second time, do it on your other. But if you're doing both hands at the same time, you're just going to get double the stretch, okay? I want everybody to hop in position, arms straight, fingers spread out, and lean forward, okay? We are going to hold this for 30 seconds and go. So as you're doing this, you don't have to get as much range of motion as I'm getting right here. This is after, years of doing this movement in particular. So if you're all the way back here and you're getting a big stretch, hold that. Now, one of the reasons why we're doing this is you're going to be using your hands a lot, and this can just help make sure that while you're pulling weeds and stuff in your garden, you're feeling good. And slowly come on out of that. And then we're going to take a few seconds of rest. Okay. So most common thing that I see with a lot of gardeners is they're constantly squeezing, hedge trimmers, stuff like that. They're grabbing weeds, pulling it. You're strengthening all that, but you're not ever stretching it. So it's partly what we're doing today. Let's hop back in. If you're doing the single hand, switch to your other hand. Arms straight, fingers spread out, lean forward, and let's hold that stretch again for another 30 seconds. Again, I want you to try to get even further this time. Really try to get a big stretch. Big point of this is I want your palm to be flat to the ground the entire time. Keep on going. You got just a few more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back. Okay. Now the next part is we're going to actually flip our hands the other way. Okay, so previously, if you were doing one-handed, have your arm out, pull your fingers up. This time, you're going to pull your fingers down, okay? Keep your elbows nice and straight, though. Now, if you're doing both hands at the same time, you're going to rest your hands, the back of your hands, flat on the ground, and you're going to lean back, okay, as far as you can. Again, trying to keep the surface of your hand flat to the mat, okay? I want you to hop into position, straighten out those elbows, and then you're going to lean back, and we will start stretching now. Go back as far as you can. Again, if you don't have this much range of motion, that's perfectly fine. Find your range of motion and hold the stretch there. You're going to be feeling a big stretch on the front side of your forearms, and honestly, this is pretty gnarly for me, so I'm sorry if you guys are getting an even worse one. Keep on going. And slowly come back up. There we go. We're going to do that one more time. So again, if you're doing single arm, switch from your left to your right or from right to left. Whichever one you didn't do, that's the one you're going to do. Let's hop back into position. Hands flat, elbows locked out, lean back, and stretch. 30 seconds on the clock. You're going to hold this as hard as you can. Make sure that your elbows stay nice and locked out. The tops of your hands are flat to the mat. The other thing I should mention is you don't have to sit exactly like I am. This is just what feels most comfortable for me. Keep on going. And slowly come on up. Okay. That is the wrist stretch. The next one that we're going to be doing is the open, close, flex, extend. For this one in particular, I like to just have my feet out in front of me. It doesn't really matter. We're just sitting comfortably. Everything that we're going to be doing is just in the hands. So I'm going to have my hands out in front just like so. I'm going to open my fingers as much as I can. I'm going to close my fingers as much as I can. I'm going to flex by bringing my knuckles down, and then I'm going to extend by trying to pull my fingers back, okay? Open, close, flex, extend. We're gonna do 3 rounds of that, okay? So get into position, hands out in front of you. You're going to open. Try to spread your fingers as far as you possibly can. You're trying to make as big of a hand as you possibly can. And close. White knuckle fist. You are trying to make the hardest fist that you've ever made. If you've ever seen SpongeBob, you are pretty much making the Squidward fist when Patrick is trying to put a jellyfish net in his hand. And then flex, you're trying to bring your knuckles down as hard as you can. You might even feel a stretch on the front side of your forearms while you're doing this. And extend, trying to pull those fingers back as hard as you possibly can. And go back to open, just spread those fingers out. Real big fist, you're trying to palm a basketball. Close, white knuckle fist, as hard as you can. Flex, pull those knuckles in. Extend, pull them back as far as you can. One last time. Open. Spread those fingers as open as much as you possibly can. This is your last one, guys. Come on. Close. Squeeze that fist. Squeeze it. You got a $100 bill in there and you don't want nobody to take it. Flex. Pull those knuckles down. And finally, extend. Pull those fingers back. Come on. And break. Okay. If you're getting the same sensation that I'm getting, it's a lot of blood flow is going into your forearms right now. That is kind of what we're hoping for. Now, if you're feeling any pain, that's not what we're hoping for. So I do want to say, if there was any pain in that, stop doing those movements, okay? The next one is going to be the combat base. I'm gonna move on to our ankles. So combat base, we've done this in the past. If you've watched any of my videos previously, you're gonna get into a half kneeling position, turn that back leg in. I'm going to keep my chest straight forward. I'm going to lean over my front knee or my front toe. Now, as I'm doing this, this is kind of a 2-part thing. So first, the big one is as I lean forward, obviously I'm going to get a stretch in my ankle, okay? The second part is I'm going to get a stretch in my groin area. Because my leg is turned out to the side, it's going to be on the inside of my thigh on the leg that's down, okay? So get into position, the half kneeling, leg turned in, and we're going to lean forward. Try to drive your knee over that toe. Make sure your heel stays flat on the ground. Hold it, 3, 2, 1. Drive through your heel to come back up and forward again. Drive that knee forward, heel down, 3, 2, 1. Come back up, forward. Heel down, knee over, 3, 2, 1. Up. Forward. 3, 2, 1. One more. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. We're going to switch sides. Same exact concept. So half kneeling, leg turned in. We're going to drive that foot or that knee forward. Oh, my ankle just popped right there. Hold that. 3, 2, 1. Forward. Drive that knee over. 3, 2, 1. Drive it forward. Again, if you guys aren't getting this much range of motion, I've had years of practice of this. Come on, back up. I've had years of practice of this, so this is something that will take time. Come on, forward. 3, 2, 1. One more rep. And 3, 2, 1. Okay. The next movement that I got for you is going to be the plantar stretch. Okay. So with this movement in particular, what we're going to do, it's stupid simple. You're going to place your feet flat on the mat and you're going to sit back, okay? That is all we're going to do. Now, if you are struggling to get the arch of your ankle to be flat, right? You're sitting like this, you're struggling. All I want you to do is try to flatten that out as much as you can. Find a stretch. The stretch that you're going to feel is going to be on the front of your shin, okay? So hop into position, try to flatten that ankle down, and I want you to sit back. Now, one thing you can do as doing this is if this is a pretty brutal stretch, by the way, we're holding for 30 seconds. If this is a pretty brutal stretch, try to lift yourself up with your hands however you feel most comfortable. This is really it. Now, I will say, from my own personal experience, the main reason why I have been able to do this one so well is having the kids. I'm sitting like this constantly, okay? So the more you practice this stuff, the easier it becomes. The less you practice it, if you don't use it, you lose it, right? So if you want to be able to sit all the way flat, you got to practice this stuff often. Come on up. We're just going to take a little break. I'm not doing a whole lot, okay? We're going to do that one more time. Get back into position. Try to flatten that ankle down as much as you can and sit on back. Now, why is this movement important as far as gardening is concerned? Let's say, you're sitting out there, you're messing around in your garden, and this is just the most comfortable position for you, right? This could be one of the positions that you're sitting in for an extended period of time. Or you might have to be bent over while you're doing a squat, and eventually that's going to lead to some back pain. It's kind of a tit for tat. This sucks now, but it will help when you're gardening and stuff like that, okay? Slowly come on out of that. And we got one last movement, the up, downs, in and outs. All right, so very similar to the open, close, flex, extend, except for it is at the ankle. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have my feet, I'm going to bring my toes up as much as I can, okay? I'm trying to bring my big toes to me. Then I'm going to go down. I'm going to point my toes out as far in front of me as possible, and I'm going to bring them in, almost like I'm trying to touch my pinky toes together, and I'm going to go out, like I'm trying to pull my pinky toes away from each other, okay? Again, just like the open, close, flex, extend, we're going to do 3 reps of this movement, okay? As far as the rest of your body, does not matter. You just sit however feels most comfortable for you, all right? So we're going to bring those toes up, and you're going to hold that down, really point them away from you. In, try to pull those pinky toes towards each other. Out, pull them away from each other. Up, really pull them up. Down, in, out. One last round. Up, down, in, and out. And that right there, friends, is all she wrote. All right? So, thank you again for tuning in to this week's mobility session. Again, with gardening in full effect, these are just some movements that can be beneficial. There's a whole variety of movements that can help out. If there's anything in particular that you guys want to see next week, leave it down in the comments, and then maybe we can write something up for you. All right? I'll see you guys next week.